to Galeal. You can hear me, but you can't see me. Let me fix that real quick. I don't know.
While he does that,
There we go.
let me catch
I'm
you
back.
guys up on what we've been up to. Currently, we are working on talking about politics of Galeal. That will probably side into working on some of the ocean side and maybe smoothing out some things on the main.
Indeed. And we finally have a Galeal cam. So you can see focused in on the depths there of Ellifitemb. This is our main side. There we go. Get on. It's hard to actually set that down right because we have the single volcano of the planet, Mount Varan, here in in Dushana, Great Swamp. We have Kraken, the vast forest, with the hole in the world. And we have Kamadora, the vast desert, where the crack is, and Craxity, which our players have learned of Craxity. And then this is Lacrum, the Great Ice Storm.
Didn't Kyla mention Crack City?
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it. But the weapons that are flowing into uh, Shithafkor for Ramona's army, um,
Uh huh.
they have learned that those came from Craxity. And they've
Ah.
started looking into Craxity, and so far all they've been told is, oh, uh, if those shipments are coming from Craxity, you probably don't want any of that. You don't want to deal with who that's probably coming from.
Yeah.
But they might follow up on that, in which case, hey, it's there. And by the way, speaking of the mindful behind Craxity and the Kraken, uh, because well, Kraken Week, um, I think that the Kraken is not particularly worried about the goings on of the surface dwellers because he has a passionate hatred for the mindful. He views them as basically irresponsibly playing with the universe with their reset shenanigans. This is not the first reset that he's been through. And so he just has a passionate hatred for them, and in fact, created beholders to fuck with their plans. Because he is a little too fucking big to, travel through the Underdark. I mean, he could, but, uh, I guess if he could just shape the planet around him, he could just go to Crack City and take them on.
Yeah, but having shaped the planet around him, does he want to ruin all of that work he just did?
Well, to be fair,
Is it really worth it?
this is a good point that Mrs. on the Mountain came up with, though, is if he created the planet, then why did he let the dragons turn it into the cube? And my argument to that, because it is a good question, but I kind of chalked it up to, well, maybe all he really cared about is his ocean. So that's why the ocean is still the ocean. And
You could chalk it
basically,
up to he's still a
Elifitemb's influence is the reason why that ocean is a relatively flat surface, as opposed to the other bodies of water, which tend to bubble up due to the, circular nature of gravity.
Yeah, yeah. The there's also like he is an eldritch abomination from an H.P. Lovecraft story. He might not even really care about the shape of the planet.
That yeah, I kind of figured he doesn't. All he cares about is his ocean, and then he just hates the fucking mind flayers, the mindful. Sorry. So
Mm-hmm.
what's to stop him from just shaping the planet around him and going up and fucking getting them? Because obviously he can do it.
Maybe that's why he's been through multiple resets
Because he can't.
because he did it before and it didn't actually mean anything. Like I went and killed them before. They just reset things again. This is bullshit.
Yeah, because you can never kill all of them because they're in time and
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah.
So like
So he
he's
created the
killed them.
beholders to keep them busy so that he doesn't have to fuck with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's killed them before. At this point, he's just waiting for them to learn that what they're doing is pointless and they need to stop fucking with time.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it. So let's talk Water Dark.
Okay?
I feel like there's how far in is that gonna go? Cause I'm thinking pretty goddamn far.
Well, your world's a cube. It doesn't have a magnetic. It does not have a traditional iron core for a magnetic field, so it really can go pretty much all the way.
Yeah, that's well, I mean the Underdark is pretty much all the way through. But how far is the water part of it? And you should turn on the stream so that we can like be looking at the planet. Even though that's actually gonna be you're gonna be fucking behind on that, son of a bitch.
My internet is a potato.
Okay.
Okay, I sort of see.
All right. So
All right,
this island that's
I
floating
see.
in red,
Okay,
that is basically an artificial island. It is actually not connected to any land by any means. The one that's
so it's
kind of
like a floating island.
yeah, the one that is in the direct middle, that's where Ellifitemb landed and did his portion of the guardianship ritual. So where the Kraken is, where it's you can see its deepest and darkest, where it's actually not shiny, um, that is where the Kraken actually is, and that hole I think goes pretty close to the fucking core. Like you're way down in there by the time you're in his lair.
Hmm.
But
Okay,
some of his abilities affect like if you're all the way up in this fucking corner, but you're in the water, if he decides that you're his prey for his Apex Hunter ability, you're just fucking got. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to
uh,
come to you.
uh, I have it paused so that my computer doesn't stutter as
Okay.
bad.
All,
Which corner?
all the way
The
up in that
opposite corner.
yeah, all the way up in the opposite corner. Like doesn't matter where
Okay.
you are. If you're in his ocean, you can get got. Like the entire thing is his ownership. But because of Eliphatemb's influence, we do have that relatively flat surface. Uh, and there is, also that floating storm tends to stay, or the giant's storm basically, it tends to stay in that same deeper area.
Mm. Is that because they know he's there and
And also because it tends to keep it away from people and keep them more hidden because there's
Hmm.
fewer islands.
Yeah, that's true. So, question: does anything live on that island?
Um, Other than red beaches, that island and it being floating, that island is pretty much undeveloped. I've actually lost most of what all of the islands are in the, conversion of the world. They're basically all blank slates. I have ideas for this one, the snake one at the bottom, which is also why it's yellow. And over here, up on this side, a couple of those islands are rings. I don't really know why. I just thought it was cool. So we've got those to play with. Uh,
There are atolls. There are islands that are exactly like that in real life.
exactly. Like I know it was a thing and it's a cool thing, so
Me
why not take?
Meteor impacts, cometary impacts. Sometimes coral reefs can form that sort of thing.
I know that it is saltwater. We don't know why. He just prefers saltwater.
Actually, all the oceans would normally in a normal world be saltwater. It's just an effect. It's just what happens when water leaches, flows down and leaches minerals out of out of the groundwater that they flow through.
And I do have a couple other names and like ideas for like little places and whatnot.
Hold up, hold up. How old is the world?
350,000 years since the breaking.
Actually, you might not have had enough time to leach enough minerals out of the soil for the water to turn into salt.
He created it being saltwater. Maybe, in his first lifetime, the first ocean that he found was saltwater, and so that's, home to him, and he's just always created
Yeah.
it that way since. Like, it's,
Oh, I was just thinking about the other oceans because the other oceans should also be saltwater, or the inland seas.
I,
They should all also be saltwater.
you
But
think they would if they're
the
all just fed by rivers? Like, it,
well, yeah, that rivers over time will leach the salt, the dissolvable salt in the soil and rocks, and take it downstream to the ocean. That's why the ocean is salty. But given how young this planet is in geologic speak, that's not necessarily the case. Most of those might not have had enough time to actually leach all of that out of the soils.
okay. So they're salty, but they're not saltwater. Like they've still collected a bunch, but they haven't water
I don't
cycled
know if
like
they've
that.
even collected a bunch. Uh, our oceans, well, I guess it really depends on what side you're on. We already have salt flats on the ocean side.
Yeah. Or on
But
the
actually,
desert
I
side, yeah.
for our purposes of world building, it depends on what side you're on. Because this world is so new, uh, mm, I'd probably say the salt issue is not really needed.
Okay, now I usually present this like actually flat on like that because it's just easier. But to help people understand, even though I think we have zero in the audience, but also I think you already know this though. This is actually how north works on this side. So like Alaya, where we've been is all this area. This is where the campaign has centered. This is the Bay of Mists. This is the Dragon Mount. And this is Aliara right here.
Ah,
You can't actually see that purple dot, I think. It's a little too dark. But we started building up Battle Rock a little bit, and you can see how the inland sea is obviously not finished yet, but I've been building it up layer by layer with white glue to make the right effect. But basically, it's like a bubble in the middle. And really, I'm not actually liking the way white glue is drying anymore. I need to get into fucking resin to make it like I really want it. But we've been doing a lot of painting. A little bit of flocking and shit. I'm really liking the way that this swamp is coming out so far. I've also been doing a shit ton with the minis. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to getting to play them again soon. I broke the hot glue gun, so I need to get two more of them, one for her and one for me, so that I don't break
Ah.
hers again. But I need to go over a lot of these mountains and build them up some more, but I think they're coming along real fucking nice.
Are there any minis you'd like to get from me?
Um, any? I'm not picky. Like, you just sent out a box, so uh,
I haven't
I'm
actually
happy
sent
with
it yet.
those. Oh, that's right. Um, I mean, not
So like, I
in
mean, I've
particular,
already
but
packed a pretty good number of minis that I'm not interested in any longer into it. So,
exactly. I don't. You've already given me what you want to give. I'm not asking for anything else. Like, I'm super happy with that,
but
man.
I do have more that I'm not interested in. It's just I don't want to send you unbuilt minis that need to be glued together.
Oh, bro, I'm in. Like, I love that shit.
And also, I didn't want to overfill this box because some of
Shipping
it
is
still needs
expensive too.
the
Yeah.
bubble wrap.
Yeah, no, like whatever is good, man. I appreciate any and all, and I'm not gonna be upset about anything that you keep. Of course, it's your shit.
All right. So I have a question for you, and this has nothing to do with Galeal.
Okay, what's that?
So my tank needs a secondary weapon.
Okay,
There are three options: flamethrower, heavy machine gun, or armor piercing thermal cannon.
flamethrower, heavy machine gun, armor-piercing thermal cannon. I would say the last one. Like flamethrower had my attention, but armor-piercing thermal cannon, that sounds like a winner.
Hmm. Did I put that one on the last tank? Hmm. It doesn't matter if I did. I think I might have put the flamethrower on the last tank, which is stupid. Which is well, not stupid. It's funny because this is a tank with its main gun is a flamethrower.
Oh, flamethrower and flamethrower? I wouldn't say that's stupid.
Giant,
That's hot.
giant, giant vehicle-sized flamethrower, and a smaller flamethrower as an anti-infantry weapon, because you totally needed that when your main gun's a flamethrower.
Yeah,
That's why I
absolutely.
said this tank is kind of stupid. In real life, we never built a tank like this. It's just a giant
Okay,
flamethrower tank.
let's go. That definitely makes it target number one because it's gonna blow up good. Why is my
Yeah,
fucking
it,
foundry not working?
yeah, it has giant fuel tanks.
Thank you, fucking work. Golly.
There we go. There's those. Glue them together. Yeah.
Oh, I actually don't need to do that because we're not even showing. And it's still not fucking loading. Okay, that's not good.
Okay. So, Oceanside. So we need some to you need some demographics of the Oceanside, right?
Yes. And I think we're not gonna go with the typical, or what I was thinking of for the Merfolk Sawagan relationship.
Okay.
I just don't want to fucking deal with that. So,
I I honestly feel they should be set. They shouldn't really have anything to do with each other because they live in different places.
okay, good. So where are the merfolk primarily going to be? Because that's going to be the next campaign we're launching, so that should be
Well,
where we're focusing our attention.
do you want to be a traditionalist or do you want to be a rebel? Traditionally, uh, most depictions of them show them off in shallow uh, shallow seas and coral reefs. They live in shallower waters, where Sawagan live in like deep um, deep abyssal waters.
All right, so we'll put the merfolk kind of around in the
But
island area.
that's normal stereotypes. You can do whatever you need to with it.
I mean, I figure we're also going to have deep mermaids. Like honestly, I
Yeah,
picture the mermaids kind of being everywhere
yeah,
because
but
they were the first of the sentient species in the oceans. They had a while to kind of take over and adapt to all of the different versions of the ocean. Uh,
yeah, but they're also probably more comfortable in certain places, and so um, they'll live like they'll live like humans live now. They'll live in places that are comfortable and like really cold and really hot. They'll you'll have a few settlements, but mostly they'll be in temperate. So like they'll be mostly in the shadows, but you'll have a couple settlements in the abyss and deeper waters.
yeah, and honestly, like you would have different merfolk down like the ones that are in the deep, they're adjusted to being in the deep. They're not coming to the surface.
Mm-hmm. All right, what about the ocean inhabitants? The ones that aren't underwater, the ones that inhabit the islands.
Give me a moment. Let's see who all we have in Ellifitemb. Section A to Z.
I mean, obviously,
All right, so far we have in order Merfolk, Genasi, Tortisians, Sahuagins, Strix, Birdfolk, Storm Riders, Darfellan, and Sea Witches.
okay, Darfellan are just basically another variant of Merfolk because they're whale people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And they actually got the fuck out of there and went to the ice side. We don't know
You
why.
might
Or
still have, I would say you might still have a couple like small settlements of them near where the corner is blown off.
okay,
But I agree with you. I think they're mostly not on that side.
before that corner was blown off, how did they get over? Or did they go over after it was gone because they had a way?
Might be a better option.
Okay, I like it.
Shit.
All right. So we definitely need to add some more into this as well. Like that's
Mhm.
not a good enough list. So who else can
So
we have?
rap, so the bird people,
Yes.
the Raptorians. It makes sense that they'd colonize a lot of the islands. You'll
Yeah.
get a lot of your players making Legend of Zelda jokes, but I mean, it makes enough sense.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be better than just about anybody else at island hopping. Who needs a fucking boat?
Yep. Well, the reason why I say you're going to have a lot of players making Legend of Zelda jokes is because Wind Waker, these fish people Zora turned into the bird people birds, and that's basically what you have. You have the Ruto on the ocean side.
Is Strix wizard's term?
No idea.
Because it immediately makes me think of Strixhaven, and like I want to rename them to just to get away from that.
Like, is it a generic wizard's term?
I mean, Wizards of the Coast term.
Oh, I don't know. All right, infinite monkeys on the internet. I'm pretty sure someone has asked you this before.
Infinite monkeys of the internet. I like it.
Okay, it is a mythical creature. Okay, it's a mythical creature. Basically, a bird of ill omen.
Bird of ill omen. Okay.
Strix is a large-headed bird with transfixed eyes, rapturous beak, and grayish-white wings. There's only one description in classical literature of it, however, so eh. Most times it's described as some sort of like evil owl. So yeah, it's a magical bird thing.
Storm Riders have been named Wendoruba.
Storm riders have been named what?
Wendoruba.
Oh, okay.
I looked up Storm Rider in Swahili and then mashed the words together.
Ah, bringing up Strixhaven. Have you done any? Have you seen anything from Magic lately?
Not at all. I get what you show me, and that's it. Although, uh, Calarian Community College has actually been popping up in my algorithm. I have watched a few of his videos lately.
Hmm. Yeah, I have no interest I have no interest in Magic playing Magic anymore. Really, I
My
mostly just
only
watch the
interest is in
train wreck.
playing Magic. Like, I have no interest whatsoever in Wizards, or honestly, I don't care about what's coming out. Like, and unfortunately, like I've run into like 6 or 7 Magic players, and every single one of them just plays Commander, and I'm like, God damn it!
I told you, Commander is the number one played format in of Magic.
All right,
Which
we're gonna have to
I
break
still
down and build a fucking Commander deck. I guess I'm just gonna have to do a Hydra deck.
I honestly don't care much for Commander myself.
Neither do I, but I guess I gotta rebuild Progenitus. Give me a second. Let me fucking grab it.
Nah, it's fine. We can do that another day. I will say, it did surprise me that Storm came back and was a top level deck. That they let Storm come back and be a top level deck.
What about the banning? Did that happen yet?
I don't I don't think it's happened yet. It's too recent. Uh
Well, the good thing about rebuilding Progenitus is that I pretty much have it right here. Like, I've got the basics of it. You remember my cheesy ass fucking casual deck? It's built Commander style, so it's basically already all one-ofs.
So the last banned and restricted announcement was on the 24th of June. Which had a no changes in all formats.
Oh, what? They just let it ride?
Well, that was June. That was June. That was last month.
Yeah, but June 24th. That was like 3 weeks ago. When did this shit come out?
I think the real good question is, when did the Pro Tour for Modern Horizons 3 actually happen? Okay, so this was before the Pro Tour.
Okay.
This was before they were shown off how powerful it was piloted by a pro. So we haven't had a banning since we haven't had a banning after that's been shown yet.
Okay.
So we shall see. It's actually funny because in the modern announcement, they bring up concerns that Nadu Winged Wisdom and Ral Monsoon Mage might be problems, and Ruby Medallion, but that's paired with Ral. They're like, yeah, they could be problems. Um, we'll see how what needs to be done to stabilize.
So the cards were already out, but there hadn't been a major tournament with them. And they did a banned and restricted announcement before the tournament.
Yes, where they said nothing's being banned at this moment. Uh, these cards are on our watch list, and we will see how it plays out.
It's hilarious because that basically tells everyone build these decks because they're broken. We know these cards are fucking broken. We made them broken intentionally. Build these decks right fucking now so that we can make more money when you have to rebuild your decks after we ban the cards. Like, that is
Um,
exactly how that reads to me. That is a marketing stunt out the
I
fucking
would
ass right
argue,
there.
I would argue no. Although yes, they say that these cards have raised some concerns. They also bring up some older decks that are cropping up and having things in other events in the format.
Who is this guy? Are you on the stream?
Was that?
Who is this guy? All of the other foreign cards, I remembered who they are, but I can't remember his fucking name.
I don't have good enough picture quality from the stream. Send me a photo via text. I see the guy you're talking about. It looks like an elemental of some kind.
Putting them all in alphabetical order, he's the last card I come to and the only one I couldn't fucking think of.
So Nadu is around. Ruby Storm is around. Then we have Eldrazi Tron. Is the deck they mention in this. Mardu Midrange. With a Johnny and Soren. With their 2 new cards.
So I got 40 cards plus Progenitus for the Progenitus commander deck. Go ahead and hit me with these 2 new planeswalkers, because I do love me some Ajani. Especially mono.
Ajani Nakatl Pariah. It's a flip walker. Apparently, the Modern Residents 3, they added 5 new flip walkers, 1 for each color.
Oh, God.
You've already seen Ral, the one for red.
Yeah.
So Ajani Nakatl Pariah, 2 mana, 1/2, enters the battlefield, make a 2/1 cat.
Okay, that's very Ajani.
2/1 cat warrior. Whenever 1 or more cats you control die, you may exile him, then return him to the battlefield transformed. He is a 3 loyalty walker, +2, put a 1/1 counter on each cat you control. 0, create a 2/1 cat warrior token. When you do, if you control a red permanent other than Ajani, deal damage equal to the number of creatures you control to any target.
Wait, is he red?
When he flips, he gains red.
So
As a
he's
color
white
identity.
creature, white red planeswalker?
Yeah, he white creature, white red planeswalker.
Gotcha.
And then his -4 is each opponent chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker among the non-land permanents they control, then sacrifices the rest. As a flip walker, I'm not entirely certain how balanced that is. Given he's in a modern deck that was at the Pro Tour, I can say he's probably good. You there?
Yes, just thinking. I mean, yeah, obviously, if it's a top tier deck, then he can't suck.
I wouldn't say it's top tier. I would not say it's top tier.
Oh, I
Two
thought you
top
were
tiers we
naming off
already
like the
talked about.
top 8 decks.
No, it showed up in the in the tournament, but I don't think it made top 8.
Oh, okay.
These are decks you would expect to see if you went to a modern tournament with like if you went to the Pro Tour, you'd expect to see these decks.
Yeah, but
But the
that's a
top
big
2
if.
decks were Nadu and Ruby Storm.
Yeah.
The other one is Soren, House of Markov. Soren of House Markov.
I'm a big fan of Soren.
Uh, uh,
I like.
2 mana, 1 in a black. 2 mana, 1 in a black, 1/4 lifelink extort.
Ooh. That's the pay white
Your
or black when you cast a spell to drain 1, right?
yes. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gained 3 or more life this turn, exile him and then return him to the battlefield transformed under its owner control. Okay, so with extort built in, that's cast 3 spells before your combat ends. He flips into Soren Ravenous Neonate, a white-black walker with extort. He keeps the extort. 3
Nice.
loyalty, +2, make a food token. -1, deal damage equal to the amount of life you gained this turn to any target. -6, gain control of target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a lifelink counter on it if you control a white permanent other than that creature or Sorin. I can see him giving you inevitability in a deck. He seems too slow for mid range.
Yeah. I don't know. What do the mana bases look like? Like, I don't even. Oh, wait, it's modern, so we know what the mana bases look like. Never mind.
It's
Um,
modern. It's build whatever you want because you have all of the good things.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. To
Until
answer
you
your
build it.
question about that
It's made.
foreign undergrowth champion,
Undergrowth champion. Thank you.
when did Modern Horizons actually drop? Okay, so Modern Horizons 3 released on the 14th. The banned and restricted announcement was on the 24th, and the Pro Tour was on the 28th. I can see why they didn't ban anything at this point. If they don't ban, if they, depending on how they ban things in the next banned and restricted announcement, um, I will say they're either idiots or greedy at that point.
Yeah. I don't know.
10, 10 days from release to ban, I can understand why they're hesitant to ban things with only 10 days between the two.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But
And it
most
hadn't
of the
been
pro
played yet.
players that
But I stand by the assertion that by acknowledging that they were powerful already there, like it basically reads to me with the greater corporate goings on that are happening with things i- by and large, that absolutely reads to me as we printed these cards. We know they're way too powerful. This is a crazy fucking combo, and we're setting that shit up. So play it for the next Pro Tour. Play it as much as you can because, yeah, we fucking broke this shit, and then we're gonna ban it, and you're gonna have to spend that much more money to build a new deck. Like that is absolutely how that reads to me is knowing the player base enough to play them for every fucking penny because that is exactly the direction that they're taking everything.
I don't disagree with you that they're evil greedy assholes, but that's not what I read from this.
Alrighty.
Now,
So what is your call? Ban or no ban?
I think they're probably going to end up doing a Hogak again. They are going to ban the cards around these problem cards, not the problem cards, because these problem cards are the new hotness and sell packs.
Yep.
That's what they did with Hogak. It was the problem. They tried to not ban Hogak because he was in the newest set that was released, and he was just a problem the entire time.
Yep.
What was it? Hogak Summer?
I don't know. I was already out by then, I think.
I think it was called Hogak Summer. It's not on YouTube. My feeds. Mm-hmm. But they've done it before. I think they're going to do it again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Unless they've learned their lesson from Hogak and have realized they cannot let that happen. And they have kudos to them, but I don't see that. All right. I need to put the back end on this thing. Whatever it is. Obviously, like humans, there are going to be human settlements on the ocean side, right?
Uh,
Because
I'm
they
not
basically spread everywhere.
yeah,
Now, these aren't going to be humans that are going to know anything about, Aliara or whatever, but like they're going to be there.
yeah. I don't know if there would actually be any human settlements in Cremiel. I'm sure there would be some, like, individuals, but
Whenever there's opportunity, you'll find a settlement. They'd likely they'd likely be like tiny village on island, maybe 50 people. You'd basically be looking at like a small Polynesian tribe on like a couple of the islands, and that would be about the extent of human involvement. Maybe a couple of more modernized pirates who are here that have no intention of staying. They're just gathering loot to go back home and end up being rich.
yeah.
Or at least that's their plan.
Yeah, the only real humans I had thought of on that side are kind of the pirate settlement, which doesn't necessarily have a specific spot on a specific island that it needs to be yet, but is definitely there somewhere.
The real question is, what are they plundering?
Yes. So we need to put some more races on here to know who, what, when, where, why,
Like
and
they
how.
cannot plunder the merfolk because the merfolk live under the waves and they're just not winning that fight.
Yeah.
The bird folk, I mean, maybe, but unlikely.
We have the Tortesians, super old race. They came around in 2222.
What are they?
The turtle folk.
Okay.
Grumblar.
Yeah.
They might have a different name in Pathfinder, or I'm sure they fucking do. I got an open spot in 7298 and an open spot in 66719. And I'm adding in rows as we go.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, I have an idea. Sorry, I have an idea.
What's that?
So, how about we make the primary race on this side, the primary island dwellers, the frog people,
I was honestly already
Fro-
thinking about frog people, so yes, I like it.
frog, frog and toad people. They have an agreement with the bird people. The two live in harmony,
I like it.
and their settlements are what the human pirates who have came to the side, raid for loot.
I think the turtles are part of that too. They also just kind of get along with them.
Mhm.
And I think that the Strix have already been kind of like that pain in all of their asses because those are all pretty early races. So we got the turtles in 2222, the Strix in 10505, the birds in 19687. So let's add the frogs in 7298. What are they called?
Good question. Uh, a lot of the games already have that answer. I don't know what you want to call ours.
Well, what are some of the names that? Because I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of frog people at all. Like I know, of course, they exist, but
Oh, let me go grab the one that I know. Bloop, you video. Where is the video he did on this? I must have missed it somewhere. Oh.
all right. So we got. I mean, fucking working
G
names for
R U N G.
grung for frogs.
Those are the Pathfinder. Those are the D&D ones. They are poison dart frog people.
Okay. And then I put the warret for toads. at 15,248. So basically, we have the turtle folk for about 5,000 years before the frogs come around. They get along well enough. About another 3,000 years, the Strix come along, start being a pain in their ass. About another 5,000 years, the toads come along, and
I think that uh, frogs and toads and basically the different toads and frog people should all be from one founding.
okay, you don't
Basically,
like toads being separate?
nah.
Okay.
I think the differences between them should just be adaptations to how they live.
So then what do we want coming after the Strix?
Well, isn't that the toads?
Yeah. So and we'll change it so that's not the toads. So what are we replacing the toads with?
The one of the frog people coming out further down.
No, that was at 7298.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had them separated by a bit. I actually had the frogs and then the Strix and then the toads.
Okay.
So we'll keep the frogs where they're at, which means the one after the Strix is open. And we can also put a few dead races here. Like, not all of them need to be current day alive.
Yeah, I'm not certain about. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not certain about what should be up next as far as that goes.
We can't use Kuotoa, right? They're fucking wizards.
Yes, we can use Sawagan.
Yeah, we got Sawagan at 5555.
Because those are H.P. Lovecraft and those are free domain. Although I don't think he ever actually named them in his fucking books. So
Right. Now, did the Kraken also make the? No, because the Sahuagin came naturally from Saurians, but he was drowned.
oh, that's an interesting one.
What's that?
What about a Saurian who was killed by the Kraken
That's what I just put.
and makes cephalopod people?
Oh, okay. So separate those. I like it. When?
When he's eaten by the Kraken.
No, I mean when in our timeline.
I have no idea.
That's an invitation to pick anywhere between 350,000 years, sir.
um, what's after the Strix at this point?
An open spot. We got Strix at 10,505. We got something at 15,248. That was going to be the Toads. And then we got the Birds at 19,687.
All right, what's after the birds?
An open spot at 66,719. And then an even more open spot at 123,998. But again, like I've just been adding random rows, so
Let's go.
we still got
Let's
more.
go for the one. Let's go for the one right after the birds.
Okay. And this is fuck, I already forgot. Who are they again?
Uh, Cephalopod people.
Yes.
What's Magic call them?
Squid or octopus?
Um, yes.
I'm going squid. We'll call them cephalaphs.
All right. There is one race I would like to also add to this.
Okay, let's go.
They are, however, they're from a existing game.
All right, well, let's make it,
I
what
think
is
we
it,
can.
legally
I
distinct?
think we can steal them without too much. They're called the Shack.
Okay.
They look kind of, sort of human. Not really. Their skin is like gray, and they have ridges of mineralized uh, calcium as like as horns and spines on their joints and head. Let me get a picture of one so from the game so you can see what I'm talking about. God damn, the internet ruins everything. Yes, that one would probably be the best.
All right, so we're gonna make these guys happen at, where the fuck did it just go? Oh, 111, 844.
Okay. I'm sending you a picture of what they look like so you can do the descriptions. And I'm okay with them being on any side, I don't care.
You're sending picture to...
Your phone.
Gotcha.
I'm texting it to you. I'm just waiting for the text to finish sending. Because again, my internet is a potato.
So is mine, apparently. All right, so how did they come to be?
In the source material he comes from, or in Galeal?
Got the text. It's very spiky. How in the hell is he actually wearing clothes?
They poke holes through the cloth, and that one's a bit of a wild one. In their actual, cities, they have like files and snippers to trim their horns and spikes down so they're shorter.
Okay.
Sort of like how you shave a goat horn
Okay.
down so it doesn't stab you. Mhm. In the lore, they came out because of massive massive world-ending war between humans and robots that led to nuclear Armageddon, and they kind of just popped out of the uh, mutations that happened. At least that's the lore in Kenshi. How they how they came about in our in In our setting, well, that's up for us to decide.
He got harpooned. Don't know by what. Don't know why, but he got harpooned.
I can imagine them as pirates.
Are they aquatic?
No, they're not actually. Uh, do they live in game? I think, don't they? Yeah, they live in the wetlands, so they're not strangers to water.
So they're Dushanit, not Ellifitemb.
Well, they travel out of the wetlands all the time. Um, their culture is very warlike, so like it's very imagine the Klingons if the Klingons didn't have Star Trek future tech.
So we're gonna have to actually move them a little bit later. All right, got him. Next.
Okay. I'm missing one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah. Oh no, for the water side, I don't think there's going to be too awful many other species. I mean, we could have like crustacean and crab and lobster people.
Let's make a coral race. I like that. Sentient
Okay.
coral. I think that's kind of cool. We'll put that in the that slot between Strix and Raptorians.
Um, I don't know if that should be a playable race.
Not all of these are playable races.
Okay.
This is not playable races. This is humanoid races. And
Okay. Um,
I mean, I'd like them to still be around, but
they probably would be. As delicate as coral is, um, or as delicate as humans think coral is, uh, coral has survived
everything.
uh
Been through some shit.
7 or 8 major extinction events on this planet.
Yeah,
Um,
it's pretty fucking hardy.
it's one of those weird ones where it's like a weird combination of hardy and delicate.
Yeah,
They're like rhinos. Rhinos are in that weird middle ground.
yeah, yeah. Very hard to kill, but also very hard to not kill.
Yeah, very hard to kill if you're actually trying to kill it. I can shrug off small arms fire, but make it piss it off and have it chase your uh chase your car, and it'll die of a heart attack after like 15 minutes.
That is not advice, people. Don't hunt rhinos vehicularly or otherwise.
No, no. Try the same thing with a hippo.
Yeah.
See how far it gets you.
Oh, this looks like a new background. Let's check that. Oh, that is nice.
All right. All right, there's the turret. I'm almost done with my second of these 3 tanks.
Manatees. We are
Anything like as
definitely
good as
making
this.
manatee people.
Can we just have manatees instead of manatee people?
Yeah, fuck it. They're humanoid enough. We'll just they're sentient manatees.
They are the chillest motherfuckers on the side. Because manatees are. Did I? No, I did. Oh, did I send you? Yeah, I did. Okay. And of course, there's going to be the races on the ocean side that are on basically every side.
Like what?
What didn't you say? Goblins have basically gotten everywhere.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I thought you meant ones that start there and spread everywhere.
No, no, I'm talking about like goblins and kobolds have probably spread to every single side, just due to how long they've been around.
Yeah, but I mean, merfolk was actually before goblins.
Yeah, but they've got a handicap. They have to be in water.
No, not according to fucking Pathfinder rules.
Yeah.
I'm not super stoked with the Pathfinder merfolk. I think that I mean it's gonna work fine for like a merfolk campaign,
Mhm.
but they made it far too easy for merfolk to actually be on land. Like they made it far too easy for merfolk to be viable on land.
Mhm.
But that's just me.
I have a pirate captain I want to build for it.
Okay, well, do it.
Unfortunately, it's using material from some 3.5 books that you have said there are no half breeds.
There are no native half breeds. And it depends on what the half breed is. Like what exactly is your
She is the result of an experiment
most of your
by a
cards are.
by a mage that by a mage that probably deserved anything that happened to him after the fact.
Okay.
Because she's quote unquote half vampire.
Okay. That is actually like if
She has a bunch of problems being a vampire, being half vampire. Um, Healing magic doesn't work on her. But the negative energy magic that normally heals undead also doesn't heal her. So all her healing has to come from natural sources.
okay. I follow.
There's a,
I mean,
there's
obviously
actually
that's a good way to stop you from being OP.
yeah.
Although she probably has a fast healing, right?
I could probably give her some. Half vampires are in a supplement book, and you get to pick from a list of things that they get access to.
Yeah, honestly, a half vampire is something that we could make work anyways. I'm talking there's no like
It could not come from natural means. It would have to be a magical experiment.
or like honestly I could
Vampires are
consider if like Blade would be a half vampire.
mm, yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
its
I could
comic book origin is the same, but Blade as the movie would be exactly what I consider as a half vampire. Like
yeah,
in
Blade
terms of origins
movie Blade, uh comic book Blade, it's the same. His mom was pregnant.
and turned. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna actually bring up that list, and we can actually build her ability, the ability she gets from being a half vampire.
I need a race at about 30,000. So let's go low. 33, 681. No, I got too many 680s. And it'll be natural causes. What are you gonna
Okay, here we go. Half vampires. Okay, so first choice we have three abilities. Blood Drain, Charming Gaze, and Children of the Night. She gets one of them.
Probably Blood Drain.
Okay.
I mean, it's your build, though.
Mm-hmm. All right. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Blood Dependency. So with Blood Drain, she gains Blood Dependency. So she has to drink blood, just like a vampire. All makes sense. DR 5 silver or magic. And she does indeed have fast healing. But she doesn't give two shits about the sun. Sunlight is not an issue for her because she's not actually dead. Mhm. Yeah, ultimately, uh, not worth the +2 level adjustment. Actually, it's not. It might be worth the +2 level adjustment if I want mirror build, I guess. All right.
I hear you humming over there. How's your build coming?
All right. Living underneath a tree leads to some really annoying issues.
Yeah,
Earwigs showing up in my house just randomly.
yeah. Uh, I'm sure that's annoying as fuck. They're creepy little fuckers.
Yeah, but they're not really dangerous to us at all. Despite being called earwigs, they have nothing to do with ears.
Yeah, still, they're ugly fuckers.
Yes.
And it is always kind of creepy when the shit falls on you out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Even though intellectually I know it's not really gonna hurt me, it's still fucking annoying, unpleasant.
Yep. Yeah. All right, that tank done. I think that tank is done. All right. Well, I'll have to see the tank looking like this. There we go. There's the turret.
We're not really gonna necessarily have an actual tropical ocean zone, are we?
Um, I have to take a look at the map again. Hold up, let me bring up the stream.
Because all of our shallower areas are out towards the edges.
Okay, so that center island, and probably about half of the island, the if you head towards the blasted corner and drift just off to the side a little, that second island that's heading that direction.
Yeah, okay.
Not the big island, but the smaller one.
Yeah, these
The
guys
center
here.
island and that half of that island would probably be either tropical or subtropical.
And
Probably I would call them subtropical. You wouldn't have a truly tropical environment just because water currents wouldn't produce that way.
yeah, and
But you
because
would have a subtropical.
there's not really any shallows there either.
No, not really. But it would be about as I mean, Hawaii, it would be a good analog for that center island.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. The problem is Hawaii is a product of volcanoes, and that doesn't work here.
No, but also it doesn't. We don't have a Kraken who shapes the world to its whim, so should be fine.
I just also don't really have a reason for the Kraken to have actually made that island rather than just having that whole area open. Like that is one of
Oh,
the things that's been gnawing at me is that I don't have an answer for the island in the middle.
hmm. Looks like someone on Twitch is saying
Hey,
something.
welcome. How do I not have chat going then?
I just see a restream bot saying something about
The chat is ready to display messages.
Zasha Mel from on Twitch.
Okay, give me just a moment to pull that up. What is good? Zashamel is Andrew. Or yeah,
Ah,
Andrew.
hello.
Sorry about that, Ziegel. Feel free to hop in the chat. We're in the conversation room in the Rappelstone Roos.
Rabblestone. Oh yeah. That it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. All right.
At least you can make vodka out of potatoes. Hard-skinned underwater race? Yes, let's do that. Tell me more. Hop in chat. Let's fucking go.
I don't know how old those messages are.
108, so 20 minutes.
Ah, okay.
All right, we'll put them coming in at 188, 656. Called the Hengeli. Feel free to change that name, Andrew. Tell me more. This is on you. Let's go. All right, next. Let's say something around 321,000. Damn it. Get to the correct.
Okay. I posted my new tank on the. I posted my new tank to the Discord chat. If you want to see the flamethrower tank.
Nice. Nice.
I mean, obviously, I still have to paint all of these, but that's gonna take me a while.
Yeah. Honestly, I still stand by painting before putting it together. I've got all of those fucking Skaven chilling, just waiting for me to get some metallic paint. I'm pretty close to full stock on actual minis because I am limited by my paints.
Yeah,
But
Games Workshop paints are really good, but I mean, they're not worth me breaking my bank buying just Games Workshop paint.
yeah,
That's why most of my painting is with Apple Barrel, and then I buy a couple of Games Workshop paints for some finer details.
exactly. Like I just need to re-up on the apple barrel. But
Yeah,
yeah, switching jobs, it's been kind of rough. Although things are definitely looking up. I forgot to tell you before we went live, but I have some good news I just can't actually announce yet. We're waiting for some things
I
to
think
be
you told me
official.
some of it.
Oh yeah, no, that's right, I did.
Yeah,
So yeah, pretty stoked. All right, so
these are the minis that are done. Huh? And I'm sending these to you, uh, my
I
text.
I was
So
showing
it
some of
doesn't
your
show
work
up.
to Rebecca earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, because we were talking about it. We were out on the porch, and I was showing off some of mine, and I was like, "Yeah, Ben sent me some too," and she's like, "Oh yeah." So told her a little bit about Warhammer and how you've been building everything, and then I started showing her pictures, and she was like, "Wow, he has done a lot."
yeah. I I just built these guys I'm sending you a text on. They now have their permanent bases.
Those look good. Those look really good.
The bases I bought on Etsy. Ruined city tiles bases. Uh, the fake back grass I probably should have bought on Etsy because it was Warhammer grass, so it was more expensive than I really should have wanted to pay.
Oh, so you did actually make it? You just like you bought. So what did you like the base itself with the the kind of print on it is what you got off Etsy, and then you put the grass on yourself?
Yeah, let me show you. I have some more bases that came in because I have more of those models that need to be painted or that need to be based.
Well, give me a moment. I'm gonna go grab some of the stuff I've been working on, and I'll be right back.
Sure. All right. Fake grass. Fake grass.
Workshop is on the porch. That's dark as hell out there, and I don't want to turn on a light and wake her, so I just grabbed this one. But he is going to be somewhere in Dushonit, actually, I think, somewhere around.
Oh, all right, I have you on the I have the stream up.
Here we go. I think he's going to be from somewhere around here in the kind of darker green part there. And this is him. And like it pre-painted mini from a different game, something. I don't know what it is. I don't have them statted up, but I like the mini. And basically somehow got busted, so a bunch of his legs kind of came off of the base. I didn't actually take it off like that, but I figured why the hell not and actually make something out of the base. So that's just different paints and glue and some ashes.
Yeah, that's a Star Wars Legions.
It's so cool that you fucking immediately recognized it. Well, if you ever feel like building random shit in Foundry, feel free to make a stat block for him.
Um,
I mean, he can be a badass too, like fucking creature level 15 or some shit. Like, I dig it. And I like how the swamp is coming more together too. Like, as I've spent more time on it, I've been thinking about it more. And you can actually kind of tell my brown did not survive like all the others. It just kind of like clumped up and whatnot. So all this shit that you see along here, like that's actually what my brown did. It looks almost like coffee grinds, although I did try using some coffee grinds, but they're much finer and didn't work nearly as well. But I'm also collect.
I posted this one in the Discord because it seems to
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's basically just formed bases. So you painted it yourself and then added the grass. Gotcha.
yeah, I used the circle the rim is black is just apple barrel black, but
Okay.
I painted it timeless gray, which is apple barrel, and then dark oath contrast paint, dark oath flesh contrast paint to make it look dirty, like it's been an old city that's been abandoned, and like it's all this dirt is on these tiles.
Yeah, they look fucking great.
Mhm. I do want more of this grass stuff, but I'm going to buy from Etsy next time instead of the buy the actual instead of buying
Or
these
or
Citadel brand.
or why not go down to Tractor Supply and just buy some fucking hay? Or any of the field, go to your neighbor's house and buy a fucking pound of hay. And
Because
cut that
natural
shit.
materials like that are because these are 165 scale minis, or these are uh yeah
Yeah,
165 scale minis or something like that. The fibers of actual grass are too damn large. I have thought of that. It just doesn't really work. Um, I do have some regular sand that I can use, but I'm saving those I'm saving those for when I get to my next army. I need to rebase because I want to do them in a sort of desert of Mars environment.
Have you?
And you know where
Oh yeah, have you been collecting res dirt?
I have a bottle of red dirt. I don't need much or red sand, really.
I would
Yeah, I don't.
definitely not mind having a collection of res dirt again. Like I really loved having that shit for fucking for basing.
What is that monster called?
Which monster is that?
The one on screen.
I don't. Oh, 13 out of 60, Fringe 49, Ackley. Copyright 2005, LFL and TM, made in China.
Okay, yeah, it's an accolade. Okay, so the accolade is the name of the creature.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be, but I also thought it might be like the name of the artist or the who did the sculpt.
See if I can. Oh, there it is. I found it on eBay.
Oh yeah, is it worth anything?
They're selling it for $20.
Oh wow. Is it the base fucking just regular ass one? Or did they like pimp it?
No, it's basically the base. What is that one? Is that one the one you've painted?
Nope. It's standard. The only thing I've
It
done
just
is the
came.
basing.
Okay, so it just came that it came already colored.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Hmm.
But if it's a fucking $20, maybe I'll just finish up the base. I won't paint it and I'll just fucking sell it instead.
Yeah, this person. This is Game Hollow Games and Collectibles, selling it for $20.
I wonder if any of the other random ass minis I have for repainting purposes are actually fucking worth something. Probably not anymore because there's not many that I haven't already painted.
Yeah.
Then again, would the paint job actually matter for most of the games? Probably not, as long as it's good, right?
Hmm.
I don't know. I still really like the mini, but then again, when am I likely to play tabletop again?
Yeah, most of it's gonna be digital.
It's the thing that's like it kind of sucks about painting these minis. Like as much as I'm enjoying it, like at least
I like the art side of things.
exactly, and at least painting the world I get to share it with people because of the stream and whatnot. But like playing with the minis is it's definitely not off the table. It's certainly a goal, but far from guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right, stream. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you so very much for tuning in. You have yourself a great time. We will see you tomorrow for the live play coming up in 18 hours and 15 minutes, give or take. And in the meanwhile, rock on.